The power of being present is commonly heralded self-help advice, but having to get still or meditate is not going to help you create your big vision or goals. Today, I'll help you understand the importance of being present while taking action and how you can implement this strategy right now. Let's start with a quick review of what it means to be present. This concept means that you are placing your full attention on the current moment rather than thinking about the future or the past. And achieving this focus frequently is a lot more challenging than it first sounds because humans have a propensity for dwelling on the past or dreaming about the future. Thinking about the past is a built-in brain-based behavior, a defense mechanism, because that's how we learn. But of course, people can get trapped in this thinking about good times and people they miss or mistakes or circumstances they regret. And more times than not, it leads them into feeling unpleasant emotions such as sadness, grief, or regret. And thinking about the future is also a brain-based behavior. We use it to rehearse things that might happen so that we can become more comfortable with them. This behavior also has limits to its usefulness, however, because we often fall into thinking about stress or anxiety-producing possible scenarios. So it's not something you're doing wrong if you spend a lot of mental time in the past or the future, but it's also not helpful to do often because we miss out on actually living our lives. Now, what do I mean by that? All we ever truly experience is the present moment. The future never arrives because when it does, it's the present moment. And the only way we can ever experience life is in the present. This is where we find happiness, gratitude, and joy. It's always in the present and available to us if we choose to put our attention on. And because we spend most of our time actually doing things, it's a huge missed opportunity to think that you can only be present when you're sitting quietly and focused on being present. So how can you start being present while you are doing things? The first step is to recognize that this is a process of managing your attention. And if you aren't in the habit of doing it, it will likely take some time to create the habit. So you want to be kind to yourself and have fun with the process. Enjoy it. The next step is going to be to pick one thing that you do regularly, daily, preferably, that you're going to target for this exercise. Most people want to rush forward and implement this across every area of their life, and that's a recipe for failure. It's too much to take on when you're just starting out, and you'll get discouraged. And if you're like most people, you'll end up quitting. So just pick one activity, like when you're cooking dinner, as an example. And if you're doing something repetitive, this is a prime time for us to tune out. And we allow our minds to wander into the past or dreams of our future. So let us know in comments what activity you're going to target first. After you've chosen an activity, you're going to want to set the intention that when you do that activity, you'll stay present. And then when you start taking action, notice what your 5 senses are becoming aware of. This will help you focus. What are you smelling? What do you feel? What are you hearing as you do that activity? And then you want to think about how you can bring gratitude to the forefront of your mind, which will also help you stay focused and in the present. With the food example, you may focus on gratitude for the food that you're able to buy and prepare, and the smells you might get to enjoy, or the fact that you have the physical ability and mental capacity to be able to prepare that meal. Gratitude is a great tool to remember when you're practicing being present because you have to be focused on the present moment to bring the gratitude forward. My best advice here is to not rush forward and try and expand this practice too quickly. Just focus on that one activity and experience the additional joy it can bring to you by staying present while you're in action. And of course, once that becomes a regular habit, it's going to be much easier for you to expand the practice. You can choose another regular activity to focus on next. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.